Ain't going nowhere. Somebody help me dance. Boom, chicka, boom, boom, boom. Staying alive. Y'all staying alive? Happy Monday. Staying alive. Here come the Rona. Here come the social scores. Here come the social scores. I want to talk about defund the popo. Can we talk about defund the popo? We're going nowhere. Somebody help us think. Somebody help us think. Staying alive. You can tell by the way the Americans walk. They's crazy as hell. They need the popo. They need staying alive. Staying alive. Don't let the gangs run. Staying alive. Hit the clan with some skinheads with the social credit score. Wow. Let me tell you what, I gotta tell you what I was doing. Oh my god, I've been doing Weird Al Yankovic all weekend. All weekend, oh my goodness gracious. I was driving past all the restaurants. We in cold yellow here in Pennsylvania. The restaurants are open, but you got to do the Bill Gates social distance thing. Can't get too close, Negro, get back. So it's not even funny. I'm being honest, it's not funny. Oh, these businesses are gonna fail. It is not funny at all. Tip your waiter and tip your waitress. They're gonna need it. Yeah, you're gonna have to stay alive from them. You ever seen an upset waitress? She'll spit in your food, pee in it, put some ground up glass in it. You think she gonna do? She lose her job. And you ain't got no popo to call and she pissed off, she got kids to feed. Talking about staying alive, staying alive. All right, let me stop. No, I was doing Weird Al Yankovic all weekend. I was driving and I had to go to dang it, I feel so bad. Oh, Tony ain't even around. I had to put my mask on this weekend. I didn't wear, where's my mask at? Damn, I didn't wear the diaper. All right, because I thought that, you know, Danielle St. John, she way over there on the West Coast, but just in case she visited somebody, I ain't getting caught outside. She talking about these are adult face diapers. I ain't getting out. No, I ain't wearing that thing ever again. And then Tony calling people morons for wearing them. He's right too. But I posted. I tell y'all all the truth. Here go mine right here. Here go mine right here. Look at this. Look at it. Ain't it sexy? I like this one. You know why I like this one? I'm gonna put it on. I like it because I can breathe in it. Some air comes through the bottom, and I look like I'm a bank robber. I look like I'm about to rob a bank, or like I'm Antifa, ISIS. I don't know which one. I don't know which one, but I like this one. I do, because to me it reminds me of bank robbers, which is what we should be doing, right? It's an ode to the people we came from, right? The people who understood the problem with the world back then was the bank. Y'all remember, what was the name of that movie with a little kid shot to 22 at the bankers? He was there, he had a BB gun, I don't know what he had. He was standing on the property and said, Daddy said I supposed to shoot anybody come here from the bank. And he said, y'all, why you washers, boy? And he said, y'all from the bank? Because they lived on a farm, he's about to shoot them. That's what unfortunately, we need to be acting like some bank robbers right about now. So, but I got to talk about defund the popo. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it, but it don't make no damn sense. No, man, we got mentally ill people all over the place. You can't just do it. I get where you're coming from, but we need to think this out a little bit. I was working in the yard, hands deep in some soil. I had to harvest some soil from the poison ivy garden. My son didn't want to go do it, so I had to go do it. I said, what the hell are you getting soil from the poison ivy garden? It's the best soil I got. I'm a weird gardener. I got a microscope. I need some mycorrhizae, fungi, microbiology, and protozoa to get the going. Yes, I am a geek. I tried to tell you that from the beginning. I'll bore you to hell. I'll bore you to death. But that's where the best soil is. I got a poison ivy garden, so I go grab all of that and I bring it back out. He didn't want to help me, so while I was doing that, I was thinking about this defund the popo thing. I was like, do they really need popo? Like, you know, because I don't believe in hang on. Did I share this out? Let me make sure I shared it. Thank you for sharing. Good morning. How y'all doing? I don't think we thought this out. I don't think they need police. I don't think they ever needed police. I think that's the Matrix. I think that they gave that to you. I think they gave it to you because they never needed it. I was thinking about this Black Mirror episode. Did you do your homework? Hang on, let me bring YouTube in. Oh, you know, you said I was all right. I was riding around doing the Weird Al Yankovic. I was in my Prince mode. You know what? It's dangerous to not hear Prince in years. I haven't heard Prince in years. And all of a sudden say, but you just posted last year you was driving to DC singing Prince. I probably was, but shut up. I'm telling the story. I'm telling the story. Everybody shake a little sugar on the story sometimes. So I was driving around when Dove's Cry came on, and I was looking at the people social distancing at the ice cream shop. And I started driving past the restaurants. They were all out there in their masks and gloves, and the tables were all social distance. And I was boom. Boom, boom, boom. It turned into when the Rona cried. Dig if you will, my fear. I was making it up. I just go with stuff. I don't know. I have a weird life, y'all. I don't know what to tell you. All right, let me get started. Where's YouTube? Feel how I tremble inside. Tremble inside. You got the Gates all up in your psychology. He's not gonna cure you. The man's invested in Monsanto. How can you just leave us screaming? Social distancing, alone in the world is so cold. Oh, it's not cold in the Matrix. Maybe I'm. All right, let me stop. This is what I do. I drive around and just stuff goes through my head. And I was Weird Al Yankovic into everything. Everything. Morse Day and the Time came on. Y'all know the bird? Anybody know the bird? This is what I do. Shut up, driving around. Shut up. The bird came on. It's like, time's like, what? Hallelujah. Whoa, 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 whoa. America. This starts out, America. You know the word. Have you heard? It's a brand new scam. It's called The Cure. You don't need no brains, no personality. Just all you need to turn the TV on and everybody follow Bill Gates. Says, what? It's The Cure. With some monkey tissue. All right, let me stop. All right, I'm done. I'm not gonna sing no. I know. He's like, Gerard, we want people to watch you, and I share on my page. You can't be singing at the start. I'm sorry. I have to scare away the people who don't think I'm crazy. I told you I was crazy. I told you from the very start. Don't act like don't give me that you acting crazy. I told you I was nuts. Ain't nothing sane about being in America owned and run by a governing corporation. Ain't nothing sane about that. Y'all voting for people dropping bombs on people. No, that's not. No, how you can't stay sane here? You cannot stay sane. All right, if you sane here, something wrong with you. I'm not sane at all. Don't you dare hit me. Oh, y'all don't do. Oh, Lord, you think I was a don't vote evangelist in the beginning. You wait till, oh man, did y'all see the video gosh, I don't even want to talk about it. It's Monday and I'm in slavery. I don't want to talk about the video of the kid, them driving that little 10-year-old kid. I think he was 10, he probably was 82, because I can't really tell, but he looked like he was 10. The cops dragged him out and put him in handcuffs. First of all, I gotta say something. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't want to, but I have to say something about it. And did y'all see the Dave Chappelle episode? Did y'all see the Dave Chappelle? He came out there to tell some jokes. And he's like, oh, hell no. He came out there with the book, All Intelligent. And by the way, if y'all social distancing, I ain't coming to your event. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just my little sister. I probably made her cry. She getting married. Y'all say, hey, Gerard's sister. Congratulations. But I told her, she said, Gerard, you coming to my wedding? I was like, not if y'all social distance. I ain't going. I'm not doing it, because I watched the Dave Chappelle show. They pulling up and they got the heat map thing, looking at people's foreheads and stuff, and spacing the chairs. I'm not engaging in y'all's psychopathy. I don't want to do it. I told her I ain't coming. I watched the wedding from a tape. Do some write the text down or something. I'm not coming. But anyway, this is the Dave Chappelle. But so anyway, let me turn the music. The Dave Chappelle episode. They go YouTube right there. The Dave Chappelle episode where he sat down, he came out, got on the social distancing stage, and he wanted to tell everybody something, tell some jokes, had the book in his hand, because he's a very intelligent brother. And he just put the books down. He put the book down. And he started telling you the real deal. The real deal. The real deal. And whoo, he was pretty graphic, and I think people need to pay attention. But he didn't tell no damn jokes. He put the book down. And he told you what you're witnessing. Once again, and all out there still in this is George Floyd land. Oh no, you just seeing the collapse of an empire. You're seeing what happens when people who have nothing get into the street. That's what you're saying. And that's what he said. He said, I was supposed to say something. He said, I'm not going to say nothing because the streets are speaking for themselves. There's nothing I got to say. Right? Well, I'm not going to go into that. I am going to say this, though. I gotta take this thing off. Damn it, that's Danielle. I'm taking this damn thing off. She said, look, y'all, she gonna post it on her page. Gerard got a face diaper. I gotta take this thing off. Hold on. No, have her tagging Tony or something. Tony, come, Gerard got his face diaper around his neck. Listen, this is my bank robbery diaper. I think we should be robbing the banks. All right, we should be robbing the banks. This makes sense to walk around look like you a bank robber. Does not make sense to look like you scared of the bad air. All right, take that off. No, but Dave Chappelle told you the real story. He told you the real story. He said, you're seeing the streets tell you how they feel. You know, it's not for the protest, against the protest. It's understanding that is people supposed to tell you when they upset. Right, and I get it. I mean, he's out there in Ohio. What was it about? Where did Ruby Ridge happen? You got Ruby Ridge. You got Waco. You got I don't want to mention Jim Jones. That's more what we got going on a global scale. This man will come cure y'all. But the streets will tell you. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say. Dave Chappelle told you, and at the end of it, did y'all see the last minute? He told you that the people are talking. And you either listening or you ain't. You're listening or you ain't, right? You don't have to listen if you don't want to. Because like I said, those people will be fine. It's us that got to live with this, okay? When people upset. So that's why I said, I'm not, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. I'm with Dave Chappelle on that one. He said, you know, talk about the protesters. They need to stop. No, I think you need to listen. I think you need, I listen to the Bundys. I listen to Void for Finacom. I listen to Ruby Ridge. I listen to everybody who wants to be free. And I listen to the people in the hood. And I listen to the immigrants. I listen to everybody. Like I said, I done got tickets to Earth, man. I got tickets to Earth. I want to hear everybody's experience. I'm not here for your experience. I'm not here in the monkey game, yo. I'm not here to play 98% monkey. Let's pick and choose which monkeys we listen to, whose experiences are valid. I paid good tickets to be on Earth, all right? I need to listen to everybody's story. That's why I listen to everybody. But they're talking. Are you listening? Right? It's like, yeah, but we're gonna put them down. We're gonna put the National Guard on the street. Well, guess what happens when they put them down? They're finished putting them down. Then they're gonna put you in. Put them down, put you in. Listen. All right? Listen, it is time to share the resources. It's time to stage a bank robbery in this central banking conflict from around the world. Dave Chappelle, 846. Was awesome. It was. Thank you, Shatita Young, for posting that. People need to listen to it. And at the end, didn't he get a little graphic, Shatita? He got a little graphic at the end. Y'all know what rat-a-tat-tat means? It does not mean tap dancing. And that's another commercial I'm sick of. I'm sick of that damn commercial. Y'all see this one where they tap dancing on the upstairs thing? I'm sick of that. This does not mean tap dance. Rat-a-tat-tat does not mean tap dancing. And I was impressed and yet horrified that he said that at the end. Because he understands this. He understands. Yeah, listen, people been aching for a long time. This has nothing to do with George Floyd. It has to do, okay, let me show you. Oh, gosh, I don't even want to show you. I don't want to show you. I'm trying to keep it light. I just want to talk about this defund the popo thing. I don't think this is a good idea, but I think I posted on my page. Why? You know what I'll do, I'll just show you the picture. I can't watch the video because it's real. It's real. The only reason I'm even on is because I think the children deserve better than this. Y'all know I've been saying it from the very beginning. I'm only here for the children. I love y'all to death, but you know, we actually deserve to burn in the fire. All of us. The adult, everybody over 30. We needed some hot coals. I know, and I'm 29, so I just missed it. We do need to burn in some fire. And that was one of my posts this weekend. I know y'all want me to pick a team. I cannot pick a team. Like I said, I came to Earth. I want to look at everybody's experience so I can learn what I'm supposed to learn as a wave, spiritual creature, wave energy thing, having this human experience. All right, now I actually want to show this to you and I don't want to watch it. I've already seen it and I know what it does to me. The passion is real. When you really upset and you ain't got nothing else to lose, you don't know what you can get out of people. You think it's something that they can, oh, but they're burning down businesses. We're going to call the police on you. It doesn't actually really matter. People who got nothing to lose ain't worried about losing nothing. They ain't worried about losing. And when I watched this video, this is the video I'm talking about. Did y'all see this? When I watched this video, I'll be honest with you, I don't see a black kid being pulled out. I'm gonna do it without the audio.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, you need to
What's your name and your badge number? Watch out! What's your name and your badge number? What's your name and your badge number?
Lincoln 691.
Okay, and what's your name and badge number, ma'am? Whoa, you're touching me! You're touching me!
Hey,
You can't do this! Yeah, go get him! You can't do this! Look at that!
hey, stop. Hey, look.
All right, now when I'm at my page, and I will send a link so you can watch it, but I can't watch the rest of it. I can't watch the rest of it. I'm gonna tell you why I can't watch the rest of it. When I see stuff like this, see, I'm not in y'all's little tribal fight. I'm not in your little white, black, Democrat, Republican, stupid people, stupid. I'm not in that. Whether George Floyd was all a false flag or wasn't, all I know is they're playing us from all sides. And I do know this. The passion you see in the streets is real, because the passion I feel when I watch this, yeah, I'm not the one. Which is why I don't want to watch it. I know what Dave Chappelle is talking about, right? You can only take but so much. And after you take but so much, you don't really care. Again, if I saw this happening, no, I'm not the video guy. You need to talk to somebody else. I'm not the live stream guy. I know, I come on, I tell jokes, and I crack the speakers in the morning trying to sing. I need to go get in the shower and sing. I can sing. I can sing, y'all. I can sing. I sang in the choir, but in the morning on coffee, not so much. Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm here for the kids. I'm not here for the monkeys. I'm not here for your little monkey laws. I'm not here for your little monkey governments or your corporations pretending that they're governing. I'm here for the kids, and I can promise you this. I can promise you this. Ain't no damn way on this planet I'ma stand around and let anybody abuse no child. Ain't never gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen today, ain't gonna happen tomorrow. I am a way spiritual creature energy thing, and I'm here to do what's right. And also, I'm gonna always do what I think is right. I don't care what you got. I don't care if you got a military, a badge, you some ISIS, some Mossad, a badge. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm here to do the right thing. This is why I post about God, and people don't understand that. Like, you don't really understand. There was a great, I'm trying to explain the passion to you. There was a great a TV show I mentioned a long time ago. Did anybody ever go? Wasn't a long time. It was during the first or the second Gulf War. It was called Over There. There was a scene in the movie or the TV show, and they took it off because it was too real, where the brother was he was a dark-skinned Moor, and he was talking to a light-skinned Moor, because we're all Moors, and he was telling them, I understand the terrorists. I don't understand you, right? You're here to kill people. You're here to shoot people. You're here because you like the excitement. But I understand the terrorists because they're believers. They believe in something. You do not. You're here for fun. You're here for whatever. Right? The passion is real. And in that scene, it kind of explains that passion. Like, when you're here and you do feel that you're just driving one of these 98% monkey bodies, your wave, energy, frequency, vibration, with the quantum physics science side, and the other side, the spiritual side, that you a soul or whatever, you're just here to do what's right. And you never know when your moment is, but you always got to do what's right. I'm not a stand around and watch that, because that passion is real. At that point in time, I really don't care what they do to me. I can guarantee you this. I can guarantee you this. We're going to be on the news. I can tell you that. We're going to be on the news. I don't have time. This, to me, if you watch the whole video, and I have not told you about it, after they dragged this little boy, two grown adults drag, because I don't see badges. I don't see guns, I don't see tasers, nor do I see clubs. I see two grown adults touching somebody's baby they ain't got no business touching. That's what I see. If you have no idea how to handle children, you ain't got no business being around children. That's what I see. I see two people who should not have children nor ever be around anybody's child. So they manhandle this child all the way out. Doesn't matter if he's resistant. Go ahead, somebody say something about something resistant. Don't even matter. It's a child, it's a baby. If you don't know how to deal with children, you need to go find yourself a country or a planet that ain't got none. Get the hell out. So, all right, so here's what I'm saying. I have to come. This is what I'm trying to explain, the passion, right? The passion. You know, you're not going to scare people who have nothing to lose with a military police state. You're not going to do that. You're not going to scare people with bringing in more cops. You're not going to scare people. When you ain't got nothing to lose, you ain't got nothing to lose. All right? We talked about that the other day. If you had a government that gave half a damn, they give them something to lose, and you wouldn't have to worry about them burning your streets down. But you ever notice that? You ever think about that? You look at both sides of the government and the people who think that these, you know, you got this side fighting that side instead of them both always playing good cop, bad cop, ain't doing nothing. All you got to do is give them something to lose, and they go home. But instead, one talks about sending out the full force of the police, and the other just does nothing. Just sits around and makes speeches. It's election season. They're going to make a whole lot of votes and money on letting a whole lot of people either get killed, thrown in prison, and the passion is real. The only real one in that conversation is the passion in the people in the street doing things that I don't condone. I'll be clear with that. I don't condone it. I agree with Dave Chappelle. The passion is real. So I stopped there because if you go too far, they take down your video. To me, I'm gonna tell you what I see when I see this. I see the energy that's behind pedophilia. All I see is child abuse. That's all I see. And later in this video, they handcuff him. It looks like they try to put him in the car, but then they put him on the ground. Now they don't do, what is that thing called? Somebody tell me. It's called asphyxiation, where they put their knee on your back, a knee on your neck to cut off your flow of oxygen that they're all trained to do. They didn't do that. But they put a bag over his head, and I imagine that bag you could breathe through, but of course he's saying he couldn't breathe because he's a minor, which right there should have told you that you shouldn't be doing this. If you don't know how to talk a minor out of a situation, you need to be fired. I do want to blame the police. I still can't do it. Because there's side effects. There's still side effects. There is a law somewhere that sends these police to go do this to children, and they're doing their job for biscuits. They're doing their job to pay, but they still know better. You still should know better, right? The laws are behind this. The politicians are behind this. So, all right, I gotta switch. Lord, I can't. I can't show you that, and I don't want to go any further in that. I'm just saying that when people ain't got nothing to lose and they actually got a passion for what they're doing, you don't want to step in between it. And so Sister Melissa, she actually went out and she went to, I guess it was a protest, talked to, I guess it was Antifa or Black Lives Matter, and they spit on the sister. Did a video this weekend. I was out in the garden, I only saw parts of it. They just spat all over. And I guess I'm trying to, I'm not even sure it was working. I try to be a voice of reason. I try not to join any sides. I try to sit in the middle and just say, you know what, the passion on all sides is real. And if you get between it, real bad things gonna happen, right? And the kids are brainwashed. They are brainwashed. When I saw that video, I just saw nothing but the same abusive energy behind pedophilia. If you're okay with cops manhandling little children, you're okay with pedophilia. Right? Once again, you ain't fighting pedophilia with whatever, some secret thing that somebody's up to, Q or somebody else, and you got a mass in prison industrial complex. It's not. So anyway, I got to get over to it. I'm going to talk about defund the popo because I don't think y'all really thought this one out. I don't think you really thought it out too much. They want to get the social credit score going. We know that. We are mimicking China in every way, shape, and form. People say, we're a capitalist country. No, we're not. We are whatever the billionaires want us to be in that moment. We've been a communist country for the past 2.5 months, okay? They do whatever they want when they want. Stop with this American Republic. They didn't shut that thing down in 1871. Ever since you've been a for-profit corporation that's just governing. That's it. And no, the president is not the CEO. They do what makes money, right? That's all they do. And they don't need police. They don't need police now. They haven't need police in probably a couple decades, all right? They have the ability to do this with the, what was it, smart meter? Smart houses, smart cities. You think they need police? You think we're going to defund the police? Well, you got a lot of psychopaths on the street, and you got gangs that are waiting for that. Oh, you got, oh boy, and they should be. They should be. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing, and they lived in a country that decides everything with force, right? And you got upset with gangs. You got a political party. That's a gang, right? That's just gang violence on another level. It's just you don't pull the trigger, you pull the lever, right? So these kids are doing what they're trained to do. But they don't need police, people. They've never needed them. They've never needed them. They got control of the population. They have the mainstream media. They've got smart grids and smart cities and 5G. What do you think will happen with the 4G plus one? When they got 4G plus one on the street, when that's going, it's tied in with your house. You got the smart meter. You got a smart refrigerator, a smart microwave, a smart whatever. Do you think they need to come out to your house to arrest you? Do you think they need police when your car drives through a stoplight? Do you think they need to pull you over? No, they do this because it's busy work. They keep us busy right now because they're not ready to shut things down. But this might be the moment. This might be the generational moment when they flip things, because it does seem like they're ready to shut things down and start the new normal. Right? In the new normal, you don't need speeding tickets. As soon as you speed through that stoplight, all you do is shut your car off. AI can do that. Learning software can do that. You don't even need AI. You go over the speed limit, your car shuts down. Done deal. You sit there for 3 hours, or you sit there till you pay your ticket. They don't need police. And so you go right on your little smart bike, pay your speeding ticket, and your car cuts right back on. Right? Oh, well, you broke the law. Nobody's coming out to my house to arrest me. It's not your house. It's not your house. It's not your property. And it's a smart house. Right? So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna pull a Ruby Ridge. I'm gonna go home and hunker down. It's not your house, right? And the NDAA and all of that tough time, they can take the house anytime they want to. But not only can they take the house anytime they want to, the fact of the matter is, they don't even have to let you in. Okay? In a smart house, they can just boop, hit the door, it's locked. Okay, so now you can't go home. Boop, you can't go to work. Boop, you can't drive your car. What are you gonna do? So now you can't eat. No, I'm gonna go to the McDonald's. You can't go to the McDonald's. All right, it's automated. Boop, all your credit cards are shut off. They don't need police. You can't eat, buy, sell, nor walk around without the mark of the beast and the approval of the beast. That's why I talk about God in scriptures. I enjoy scripture. There is a lot of truth in scriptures, and no matter what you believe, I think this stuff happens all the time. Whether it's a prophet that can predict the future, God, some aliens, remote viewing, people looking forward into the future, they knew this stuff was coming. Right? And so defund the popo, all it's going to do is put us here. If you don't deal with the principle, you're wasting everybody's time. And this is what I keep telling a good brother of mine on Instagram. I don't know why we keep getting into it. He's like, man, we got to be proud to be black. Black is a beast, brother. That is a beast created by slave masters. You are not black. Okay? We keep going back and forth, but we got to stop racism. You're in a group conflict-based society. You're never getting rid of the ism. It's baked into the system, right? We live in a time where we can change things. We got to grow up first. We got to let go of the passion. Right? I had that passion, fight to racism. But you know what? Somebody made a good post I want to bring up. And it goes along with, who is it? Black Panther, I keep forgetting his name. Towards the end of his life, he figured out how the system is actually working, how this 3,000-year-old monopoly game works. As long as you got a side, you're a part of the game, right? And so there was an analogy I was thinking about this weekend. Right? This is like a 3,000-year-old monopoly game that these kids were just born into. And they have like one dice, they have no turns, and there's no properties left on the board, and you expect them to get out there and go do what you did. That's privilege. That privilege is real. But you're not gonna like pride, not gonna like what I'm gonna say next. It ain't white privilege. That's born first privilege, right? The kids out there in the street, if y'all out there and y'all upset and you're not getting the privilege that you need to be upset with me too. You need to be upset with the black people with the privilege too. You need to be upset with the Asian people and the Hispanic people and all the adults with the privilege. We jacked your world up. We jacked it up. I told you ain't gonna like this. We jacked it up, and you need to come for us too. Real talk. You need to come for us too. I think the reason I say that is because we can fix things. You know, we absolutely can fix things, but we got to be willing to give a little bit of blood. Not in a violent way, but a little bit of blood. See, some of us are a little too high on hog. Some of us got a little too many pearls on the swine, and we think that we're cute and we think that we're nice. Nah, a lot of us tapped into that colonizer privilege also. We all got to give up. It's just not white folk. It's all privilege, right? We can build a new world, but we got to want to. We got to believe at the principle level, right? Once again, if you're not fighting something at the principle level, you're not actually fighting it. You're a part of it. But we all got to give a pound of flesh if we want this world to work. Otherwise, you can go ahead and get ready for your social credit score. This is China. This is China, brother. You won't be able to do anything unless the collective community agrees to it. And to anybody who thinks that's a good idea, you've been out there on that, what is that, New World Order? The UN New World Order.org. Any of y'all who think that's a good idea, that maybe we're going in the right direction? Think about how things are right now. While most people are completely controlled and everything they think is about what's on TV or what's in the media or on the news or what Bill Gates or Fauci or somebody says, that's the reality. They 100%. See, if you have a collective policing and everybody's policing you with the social credit score and boop, you said the right thing, boop, you posted the right thing, boop, you're driving within the speed limit, boop, I don't think you look scary because you got on a banker mask. Boop, you don't have your face diaper on. Boop, you got too close, you got within 5.5 feet and you're supposed to be 6 feet. When you have that and the people behind the media control what the social norm is, that's not public policing, that's not group policing. That is still the television telling people what you must do. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think this defund the popo is good. I don't think it was your idea. I think they gave you the idea. I think they had that idea. But you know what? And here was the other thing on defund the popo. So what's the solution? I can tell you what it is. There's a whole bunch of them. I can tell you, but it's not my idea. Like, I'm not a genius behind it. Like I said, I pay attention to behavioral scientists. Right? The only reason that you got police on the street is because you got bankers who want your rights, and the police are on the street to be debt collectors for Wall Street, right? Slave catching ain't never stopped. That picture, that kid right there, all they doing is catching the slave. You know, it's not for slave owners, but it's for bankers and millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires. Or maybe he had a dried plant in his pocket. Big pharmaceutical companies, big chemical companies. All they're doing is bringing in slaves. They're just catching them. That's not going to stop if you defund the popo. If you don't stop slavery and child abuse as a principle, then you're not doing anything, right? When you give everybody the things that they need, the land, the water, the food, share the resources from the black privilege, the white privilege, the yellow privilege, the green privilege, the Christian privilege, the Muslim privilege, the privileged nations to the non-privileged nations. When you do that, you don't need police. You don't need to secure your plantation with endless laws. Right? The police are a function of the police state. The police state is the function of the United States corporation. And if you are a corporation or an empire, you always will have a police state. Doesn't matter if it's automated, if it's social credit score, or if it's biological police on the street, and they will abuse you. Because the system requires the brutality. All you got to do is give people what they need. And there's no reason to riot. There's no crimes. Like what crime is an actual crime today? Can you think of any? Like, what crime was the, like, what is that saying? What came first, the chicken or the egg? What crime actually stands on its own? And I couldn't think of any. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, what crime did we not create a person to go abuse another person? What crime was created by somebody not born in a trailer park with not a damn thing, or a poor community, or a ghetto, or like, what crime stands on its own? And I can't think of any. Everything is premeditated, right? The system and social engineering is working with poor communities to create this, and even wealthy communities, to create people who do things that you don't like. But once you have a system that don't take people's rights and they have the things that they need, then they don't go to their government, right? Right. When you have people who don't have these problems and all the problems created by their social engineering, big bankers and billionaires and robber barons and landowners and big chemical companies and pharmaceutical companies that don't create all these problems, you don't go to your government. You don't need to. You're just living your life. So the less people go to their government, the less laws there are. The less laws there are, the more freedom is. The more freedom is, the more liberty is. The more liberty is, the less you need police, the less crime there is. See, they literally manufacture crime waves by putting people in conflict with each other. You don't have to defund the police. All we have to do is give back the land. All you have to do is stop abusing people. All you have to do, you solve poverty, you solve crime. You solve crime, you don't have police. You know, and this is where the left is right. The left is right with the universal basic income, because what big corporation doesn't have universal basic income? Name one. Name one massive corporation that doesn't have universal basic income in terms of freedom to operate in the land, embezzlement of tax dollars, stealing the land from people who need the land, stealing the water, working with the EPA, poisoning the water. All these big corporations all get universal basic income in some way. We don't have to talk about the stimulus and sending them, what, $7 trillion by now? We don't have to talk about that. They've always had universal basic income. So if you're against universal basic income for people and you're for it when it comes to big corporations, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. If you give people the things that they need, and I know, I mean, you can build grow facilities and 3D print houses on 16 acres for people pretty quickly. But immediately, you can give them a universal basic income. And you give people some hope, now they got something to lose. They got something to lose, they ain't out on the street acting like they got something to lose. But then it solves everything. Because then you remove this conflict-based debt system that's designed to create crime by denying people the things that they need. When people have the things they need, they go play. You ain't supposed to have no 19-year-old kids on the street acting a fool. It's supposed to be like partying. That's why I like universal basic income. When I first heard about it, I didn't like it. I didn't understand it. When I understand that universal basic income doesn't come from your tax dollars, it comes from these massive corporations that have been getting universal basic income in the trillions for a very long time now. Certainly at least 149 years since the Act of 1871. When people have the things that they need, people act like the people. But that's what that is. You deny people these things. So you don't have to defund the police. Defund the United States Incorporated. Oh, defund the UK Incorporated. Did y'all? I found that out this weekend. Did you know the UK was a corporation too? I didn't know that. I need to know the details on this. Somebody please send me some information on that. Because I want to know the law. I want to read the law. Like once again, I'm not somebody who just spews platitudes. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I put microbiology from poison ivy soil in a microscope to see if this is where I need to grow from. I like the details. I don't like television and I don't like platitudes. I don't like commenting and fighting people on social media. I don't have time for the fake world. I like the real world. I need to know what the Matrix is. I need to know what the red pill is so I can take that joke. Okay? And so, no, I want to know the law because I want to read the law and I want to compare it to the Act of 1871 to compare and say, you know what? The same thing in the UK is what they did to the United States. They literally have a corporation that's just governing. If you have a corporation that's governing people, you have no say in your government. They might let you do a few things, but you actually have no say where it's going. And this is why it's a police state, whether Democrats or Republicans in control in our state. But no, I want to read it and do that comparison because that's what the social media is for. That's why I'm here. I'm here to be social and compare the problems in my country with the problems in your country so we can talk about real solutions. And right now, at this point, we need global solutions. Do you know how to tell a cop they're breaking the law? Do I know how to tell a cop they're breaking the law, Jimmy? I'm gonna take a cop out on that one and just say that all cops break the law. Like all people break the law, like all teachers break the law, like all soldiers break the law, like all politicians, everybody breaks the law because there are 500,000 laws and very few of them are constitutional. And this is where the right is right. All they've been doing is stealing your rights, building a slave plantation, social engineering. All right, we do need to restore the public. So pretty much everything the police does is breaking the law. right? The law of the land, not the law of the United States Incorporated, but the actual law of the land, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. You know, giving people the pursuit of happiness, the right to pursue happiness. And you know, food sometimes makes people happy, paying their rent on occasion makes people happy, paying their mortgage does. And in walks Eric Gardner on the streets of New York selling cigarettes. Would you sell loose cigarettes to pay your bills? That man is a damn hero, you ask me. He's a damn hero. He's there because he showed the illogic behind these laws. You can't throw a person in prison who's struggling to survive selling loose cigarettes on the street. If you're willing to kill somebody for doing that, you need to burn. You need to go away swiftly. Go away swiftly. Why I do this is because I am a parent. You know, talking to the brother, I'd say he's a good brother, Brother Tony. He used to be on here on Facebook. He's mostly on Instagram, but he doesn't see the big picture. He only sees the picture that's handed to him, right? They hand black people a picture. They hand white people a picture. They hand all these people different pictures, and the immigrants a picture, and the real picture's at 30,000 feet, right? So he said, yeah, well, you know, your kids got to deal with this too. It's like, brother, you ain't got to tell me nothing. I'm raising 2 dark-skinned Moors in the United States Incorporated. At a time where the social economic lowest people that they can abuse who can't afford lawyers looks like them, which is why the police come to your neighborhood, because you can't hire lawyers. They go to those neighborhoods because that's where they can make their quotas. That's where they'll get less pushback. Everything I do is for my kids and the kids that are coming in the next generation. And it means that I have to grow the hell up. It means I can't act as though selective movements will actually work. I've seen too much. And when you've seen too much and you read too much and you listen to these behavioral scientists, you listen to the economics of the situations, you realize the reason why racism exists is mostly because people are fighting racism. And not povertyism, and not artificial scarcityism. The laws that are behind this to put everybody in conflict with each other so the billionaires can take the whole bag of goodies and get out of here. You know, the reason why I'm not in the race game. I don't play, first of all, I'm a god. That's number one. And I'm raising 2 gods. I'm raising 3 gods. 2, because one in left. And that's why I take it seriously. When I see that video of that kid, yeah, it reminded me of my kids. Remind me of your kids too. I tell you what though, we got a social contract. I'm agree or disagree. Agree or disagree. I have a social contract with everybody here. I have a social contract because I'm here. I'm not gonna let them sit around and let anybody abuse no child. It does not matter what happens to me. I am insignificant. My life is insignificant to every child on this planet. Which means that I have to give up my pound of flesh too. And I gave up a lot of flesh. I left corporate America. I was a manager. I gave up a whole lot of flesh because I realized I'm in a privileged situation and somebody else needs to experience this and realize in the business world that these are all criminals. They're all criminals. And it's all phony and foul. Like this whole, y'all still running from the Rona? Is anybody still scared of the Rona? I'm just saying this is real and it's not. It's creation and simulation and it's not. But we're here, we bought tickets. Let's act like we're spiritual creatures. Let's act like we're not 98% monkeys. Let's act like an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. 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 So I'm here, I'm gonna act like it. I'm gonna act like I'm here. I'm gonna read comments and I'm gonna get to going. I thought I was about to tell you something. What I about to tell you something? I was about to tell y'all something else. Oh, Trump did a speech. I was gonna look at the Trump speech. I didn't have time to do it. I'm still planting. I guess it was 1 hour and 30 minutes. Did y'all watch that? Where he's explaining what we're gonna do. Once again, I'm not in the political side of this. I'm a spiritual creature. I don't have time for politics. I know that they don't have any answers. I know that they play good cop and bad cop. They're a part of Babylon. Their job is to keep Babylon up. That's it. They're Romans. They got them robes and they go meet in that city. They don't even think they wear drawers under them robes. And they just go, oh, that's nasty. I am so glad that Rome that we just. I'm glad that they got a $3,000 suits now and some drawers instead of walking around some damn bath towels and robes. That's just pedophilia. That's where pedophilia came from. That's exactly where it came from. You cannot have no damn adults walking around governing and ruling cities, and they walking around in robes. Anyway, the things that go through my mind. There's no answers in politics. Politics is about dividing people up. It's about robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I'm done with the robbing Peter to pay Paul. We have the automation to take care of everybody. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that instead of doing this? Like, how about we just leave everybody the hell alone? Because that's actually what everybody wants. That's really what everybody wants, some opportunity and be left the hell alone. But they were born in this 3,000-year-old Monopoly game, and they don't have any opportunity. And so now they're down in the street showing me I ain't got no opportunity. And they still make it about George Floyd, which is why I didn't really watch the Trump speech. I think it's insignificant to all this. I think that he is a Johnny-come-lately. I personally don't see him any different from Obama. Insignificant. Insignificant. The things that we're up against, automated police system, politics, and both parties are rolling it out. Both parties have always been behind it. It's a global effort, so obviously somebody is governing your government, all of them, and probably all of them are corporations. No war but class war. It's always been Kentucky Fried Mama. You just keep the fools fighting each other. Keep spiritual creatures fighting each other like they're monkeys from different color fur. Some like this type of banana, the other like that type of banana, the others like to swing on this type of tree and that type of tree. And as long as you can keep them in conflict with each other, you can keep them in your troop of monkeys. 1,300 billionaires are on a list. What list are they on, Jimmy? Is somebody coming? Somebody going for them? Right on, never was. Okay. I can't wait to buy a piece of property and just walk around naked with whatever I want. Yeah, me too, Deborah. Me too. But I want the kids to have property first. I want the kids and people. Well, I want everybody to have a property first. But it's obvious that the kids that are flipping out, they need some hope. When people don't have hope, then they gonna burn stuff down. Give them some hope. When they don't have hope, like Dave Chappelle said, rat-a-tat-tat, that's coming. They don't have anything to fear. They have nothing to lose. So give them something to lose first. I'm all right. Same thing with universal basic income. I'm not asking for me. I'm not here for me. But there are a lot of people who don't have hope, and we need to give them hope. If you had a government that actually was not a corporation governing, or even if you had a corporation that was governing with two parties, and either the parties gave half a damn, all they would do is give these people some hope. But the problem is they already promised that hope away. Like mass vaccinations. They've already made these deals. They've already given that hope to massive corporations and secret societies, whatever industries, whatever you believe. They've already given away, and now they're just rolling it out. The bribes have already been written. Donald Trump has been pressed by us. What does that mean, Jack Hall? Trump supports Gavi. Gates owns Gavi vaccines. Oh, yeah. Well, Riley, that's that's what I'm saying. That's why I sat back. And this was another place I agree with Dave Chappelle, where he said, once again, Walter around here to tell you he's CIA or something. I don't know. But where he said, hey, just give Trump a chance. And I was in give Trump a chance camp. Y'all know me. I stood right out there with the monkeys. They throwing bananas at me and poo. And I was like, y'all just get a guy a chance. We gave Obama a chance, get this guy a chance. Maybe we might get a JFK. You never know. Maybe he is crazy enough to actually take on the United States Incorporated. Now, it's obvious he ain't crazy enough to take on the United States Incorporated. I said that about a year ago. I said, my problem with Trump is he's too Obama-ish. I need some crazy New York Twitter thug, insane enough to take on the billionaires and the bankers. And he's not. He capitulated and folded. Now he's talking about using the military for mass vaccinations. So somebody tell me that he is against social credit scoring. He's not. Or he is, and he can't do anything about it because he realized that the presidents don't have any power. Either way, none of this is about Trump. This is so much. It's not even about the United States. This is so much bigger. Big fluoride case going on right now. Well, yeah, big fluoride. Fluoride should be in prison. Everybody who makes fluoride and put it in the water. If y'all don't know what fluoridosis, how you say that? I probably added a few letters to it. I do that. That's criminal. All of this stuff is criminal. Now, you can't put stuff in people's drinking water to make them lethargic, right? That's crazy. There's water under everybody. Everywhere you are, Riley, anywhere on this planet, you are literally walking over water. The idea that anybody charges for water is insane. Everywhere you are, all we do, we don't drill it. There's water in the air, and your machines you can create little boxes that don't even use power that create water. Plants create water just from the soil. When it doesn't rain in the desert, just from the heating and the cooling. And that's what that little device that this guy made is made on the desert. You know, we're not acting like we're spiritual creatures. We're acting like we're monkeys in this conflict with these billionaires. We're a part of their gaming system. I'm gonna tell you, Riley, I don't have a life. I'm gonna tell you, I'm proving to you. I was listening. I was listening. You know what? The only one who would appreciate this, probably Susan, should probably appreciate it. It was a man who, Dr. Finkel, Dr. Fink. All he does is study ancient gaming systems, ancient game boards, right? From all over the world, how they spread and what the rules to the game were. And he was making a great point. I was listening to the lecture this morning. He said, so when you get a game board, do you read the instructions? Do you read he said the family that does that doesn't exist. We tried to do it, y'all. I remember when we were kids, we tried to get the board game, you open it up, everybody read the instructions. Nobody read the instructions. Not how that happened. You start reading, all right, we got 20% up, get to go and playing the game. Or you just walked up, other people were playing it, you looked at what they were doing, and you wanted to do it too. Nobody reads the instructions. I think it's the same thing for Earth. I was seeing analogies in my head, listening to the man talk about how, you know, these ancient games were played, known we're in a current game by billionaires and trillionaire families that have been playing this game on us for 3,000 years. It's a Monopoly game. We don't know how to play. We still got people debating whether or not we are human instead of driving humans. We still have people debating if matter matters, if matter is actually real, or if we are vibrational things and forces in field keep the abs. We have people are so far from that science and they don't realize that science and faith and religion, all of that stuff just merged. If you convince people that they are 98% monkey, which is why I make the joke, you can make them do anything. They don't have a history. They don't have a future. They don't have a purpose. They literally came out of some primordial goo and fungi put their brain together, and they're not here to supposed to do anything but conflict and compete and win and gain energy. They're basically wild animals. They're wild creatures. If you know that you are being gamed and you never read the rules for the game and you keep losing every generation, you lose and you lose and you lose, and you got the women's rights movement, that law loses. You got the black movement, the civil rights loses. You got the movement in India and Gandhi, and that loses. And you had the British tribes, and they were colonized. They became the colonizers, and they colonized everybody else, and they lose. And Ireland is losing. Native American losing. At a certain point in time, Africa is losing. At a certain point in time, you're like, dang it, you know what? I'm gonna keep rolling the dice. No, maybe you don't understand the rules to the game. Maybe you are being gamed by trillionaires in a gaming system that you never actually read the instructions. At a certain point in time, you stop and you go back and read the instructions. That's called the law. What these people are actually up to. Sister asked me this morning, I think Sister Linda said, you know, do you think that the laws will save us? I said, no, I don't think so. These people are criminals. They're putting out social credit scoring and dragging little babies out the arcade, throwing them in the cop cars no, they're dropping buildings on babies and burning up nations. The law ain't gonna stop these monsters. These are psychopaths. They are not human. They're being driven by something else. On every continent, they had stories of possession. I do believe possessions are real, and I think we are possessing these 98% monkey bodies, driving them around. No, it's not gonna stop them. Reading the law and taking back our sovereignty, I think, is a step. I think it is a peaceful means of attempting to withdraw our consent. Right? It's a peaceful means of removing our manufactured consent and say, hey, we don't consent to not just the police state. We don't consent to the entire United States and the UK and Australia and all these incorporations. Our deal, we signed up to have a government. We signed up to be governed, if anything, and very small, on our own land, with our own water. We didn't sign up to give all the land over to bankers and landowners and billionaires and people that we don't even know. We never signed up for that, to withdraw our consent. That's the first step. And that might do it. I don't think it's going to. It might do it. But more so than anything, it's people starting to realize that, wow, we have been scammed. There are rules to this game. I didn't read the rules. I was just born and I saw what everybody else was doing and I started doing it, right? I was on autopilot. And this is why I ain't in the race game. This is why I ain't in the religion game. I'm not in the nation game. I'm not playing their gaming system. I'm not an avatar, right? I'm driving an avatar, but I'm not an avatar. You see what I'm saying? Read the instructions. So I think the first thing is you remove your manufactured consent, and I think beautiful things will happen after that. There's something about this universal law stuff that I don't really understand, that it is operating on our consent. They have to tell us what they do before they do it, so we consent to it, right? There might be help out there somewhere. I'm skeptical on that. People want the aliens to come say, I'm a little skeptical. They want Jesus to come back. I kind of think that they letting us figure it out on our own. But step one, from a consciousness perspective, if we all walk away from dark energy, what does dark energy really exist? We all support it, all sides, all groups, right? We're always trying to put fire out with fire, and the same people are giving all the psychopaths in all our group the kerosene, and we think we're fighting something. They're giving all of our psychopaths kerosene, and you wake up one day, you realize, what the hell am I doing? I'm out here in the street fighting, burning things down, and then I was upset about the nation that was burning things down, and we didn't even have nothing. Now I'm doing the same thing that they did to me. Back in, what was that, Oklahoma City? Was it Oklahoma? Black Wall Street, when they decided that before 9/11, the first time they decided it was a good idea to use tax dollars and government funds to burn up thousands of people. Now I'm acting like them. I took on that colonizer consciousness. Oh yes, many seeing the scam, and therein lies the hope, Brother Jack. A lot of people are seeing the scam that have never saw it. A lot of people are realizing I've been playing this game on default and I didn't read the rules. I am being gamed. I am being gamed. A lot of people are starting to question, well, am I actually fighting racism, or am I feeding racism? Am I making more racists, or out of people who didn't want to be, out of fear of me and what I'm doing? Or am I actually fighting it at the principle? Like, do I believe in any isms, or do I believe in some isms? Am I really fighting slavery, or do I want to hold the whip at the principle of it? And I agree with you, Jack. I think we are at a turning point. Did y'all see this right here? I gotta show you something. It was my weekend. I'm sharing my weekend with y'all. Sometimes I post up, you understand. I was getting hungry. I was out there working, and the peas was ready. My sugar snap peas. I grabbed them. No, actually, no, this wasn't the peas. I'm sorry. This was the blackberries. I didn't wash my hands before I ate. That's okay. I understand that the viruses, that's what they are. You got to do a little bit of homework. Yeah, I don't really have to be a geek. Actually, no, you don't have to. There's enough doctors and scientists telling you now. All it is DNA and RNA. You don't need to be scared of it. Probably the biggest experiment we got going right now is what happens to people who don't get their DNA from the viruses, DNA and RNA. What happens to people who are fighting viruses? We've never had that. This is new. They might turn into some zombies. We don't know. What happens to the people who believe these Bill Gates and Fauci's and that they need to not get the upgrade? That's what I was going to post, and I didn't post, but I did a write-up, and I might actually post it now, because now it looks like they're not taking those videos down. Right? All of viruses is just RNA. It's an upgrade. Just like you're a computer and you get regular upgrades. It's just information. Your body uses the information. That's all it is. It's just RNA and DNA. But what happens to a select group of the population that perhaps gets shots to not get the encoding? Don't know. Don't know. We shall see what happens. But yeah, I didn't wash my hands. I get my bacteria, or I get my RNA from the fungi, the bacteria, Why? Because this is how we evolved. We evolved this way. We didn't evolve to be sterile creatures. Let me see if I missed anything. No, we made a few jokes this weekend. Rona. Yeah, but that's why I say it's probably my time to get off the boat. We're either gonna discover consciousness or it's time for me to go. I can't stick around. I have no interest. If you think it's a good idea to have grown people manhandle children, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here anyway. I'm in the wrong dimension. I'm on the wrong planet. It's time for me to go. I'll go ahead and send me, do me like Old Yeller. Like I said, it's time for me to get off the bus. What's this? The main spur in humanity's saddle. What is this? I'm just recapping some of the thoughts I was having reading y'all's posts this weekend. The main spur in humanity's saddle is too many thriving hold positions based on our majority only surviving. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody posted something like that. Like, privilege. Once again, all of us have privilege, and all of us hold privilege over children. And too many of us are in positions that require others survive. Most of us. You know, we can thrive as a species, or we continue to stay in survival. And as long as we continue to stay in survival mode, crime will be a thing. Violent crime. I hate the word crime because oh yeah, riot season, cuckoo virus season. Bankers are just staff of the families we required no work from for thousands of years. It's trillionaire welfare. Like I said, they got their universal basic income. They've always been getting it. And guess what? They've always staged a riot for it too. And this is not, once again, not in support of the riots. It's in support of what Dave Chappelle said, which is simply, people are talking, are you listening? Right? You're talking, are you listening? When the trillionaires, when they don't get what they want, what do? They burn down nations. They burn down continents. They start world wars when they don't get their way. And they don't want to do any work. They haven't done any work. We don't force them to do anything. Maybe it's time we start forcing people to do things. Maybe a lot of us are way too cushy, including them. They're part of the family too. They were just sold a bag of goods and a lie. Yes, Patricia Old Yeller, they put them down. Sometimes it depends on the day, Patricia Hauser. If I'm just seeing the nonsense, it's like, yeah, it's time for y'all to put me down because I ain't going along with this. Yeah, it's too many things I can't go along with. I'm paid good tickets to Earth. I spend a lot of money for these tickets to come here to Earth and enjoy the experience and do the things that I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to play with y'all that I'm 98% monkey and I'm supposed to get involved in some monkey fights. Hold fast like a thief to the night. Truth will come. Truth always comes, Brother Jack. Who was it? Buddha made a post this morning. She said the truth always comes, and some people, they can just hear it. Other people got to get a bat to the teeth. It's like, yeah, that's Buddha. That's it, Lane. That's what she says. But the truth always comes, and if it ain't from a bat to the teeth, it'll be from the billionaires. The truth always unfolds. Let's not wait till it's too late. Man, was it Barbara Peters? Man, are these all the messages that I can never read on your posts? So many are blank. Oh, is that right, Barbara? I thought Facebook stopped that. Yeah, well, you know what? But I ain't the worst one, Barbara. Who sent me the video of the brother that was, the dude, he got deplatformed everywhere. He got a Google deplatform. He didn't just get like social, what is it called? Shadow ban. Hey, apparently they got a new tool. It's called, he called it Google banning. Like he got banned on all Google platforms, like right from his phone. They won't let him do anything. When you say very truthful things, you are, what is it? When lies run the shop, run the government, whatever it is, the truth becomes a traitor. So okay, you know what? I don't know what they do half the time, Barbara. I see other people's posts, but I started watching there was some video last night. So half of it, got up this morning, was going to finish. I couldn't finish it because they deleted. He was just talking about being deplatformed across the board. When you figure out the matrix, they put you down. Like I was saying, do y'all remember that time where somebody almost changed America for the better, for the people, and they survived. The state didn't kill them. That did never happen. It never happened. They murder people who actually change the system. They don't make them politicians. I'm in a new community. Y'all talking about starting a new nation community? Be careful with that, Brother Tony and Riley, because that's called, they like to lock people up. That's sedition against corporation. I like the way somebody else put it. It said, no, we're just restoring the republic. It's not a violent thing. It's just we decided we just gonna get off this bus. We're not gonna go along, and be commodities for corporations. We want to become citizens of America. So it's not a violent thing at all. There are people who want to continue on because they think it's going to be a good idea that when they don't renew their license on time, that the government can shut off your microwave. That's probably a good thing. That's one piece of the smart house I believe in. Shut off everybody's microwave. Oh, the people capitulate. You don't need police. You do not need them at all. No, you need them. The government does not need them. All you gotta do is shut off the refrigerator. I bet you're gonna pay taxes. Tony will get home like, no, I ain't gonna pay my taxes. I ain't gonna pay. And he just went to the grocery store. he got some steaks in there, some shrimp, some other things he wanted to eat. The freezer, and that's all they had to do. They didn't lock his house. They didn't lock the windows. The water still running. The refrigerator and the freezer, because they just saw that you just went to the grocery store and bought a whole bunch of steaks. They know what's in the refrigerator because they got a camera in there. They said, no, Tony gonna pay his tax. Tony be right at the tax. He got IRS. Look, here go my number, right? Because unfortunately we're dependents. We're dependent upon a system that only views us as commodity. We literally don't matter. I keep saying every time. I don't know why people say, hey, go listen to Gerard. He says all lives matter. No, Gerard does not say that. Do not be lying on me, Jay. I saw that post. Don't be lying on me. Gerard says nobody lives matter. We are within a corporation. Nobody lives matter. None of us matter. We are commodities, and when it makes sense for us to put us in handcuffs at the age of 5, 10, or 95, they're going to put us in handcuffs and drag us in the car. That's just how that works out. Nobody's life matters. It does. It can, but you got to accept the fact that nobody's life matters. Is there a scale of mattering? I'm not interested in that. Stop it. Cut it out. Listen, no, because they do that divide, but our lives, stop. Nobody's life matters to a corporation. Only profit matters. If you want your life to matter, you have to stand up for the principle for all lives to matter, period. Martin Luther King said, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. It is just a damn shame when anybody is killed by what they thought was their government on their tax dollars that they worked for and they paid into, and it ended up being a bullet or a knee and ends up killing. All right. No, those who don't transform will leave the evolution poor or rich. Yeah, but we all leave. None of us get to stay, Christine. Like climate change, you're not gonna stop it. It's supposed to come. Change is always supposed to come. You're supposed to change with it. That's what when you're born on Earth, you didn't read the instruction manual. You realize you're feeding into the monkeyism. You're supposed to discover some consciousness, spirituality, and change with it. You're supposed to become a steward of the planet, not a steward of the race, a steward of the religion. Hey, brother Alex, what's going on? Good morning, Maria. I'm gonna read some comments. I'm gonna get out of here. The Republic of Moody. What is the Republic of Moody, Tony? What is this, something new? Let's start a new country, Tony Smith. Oh, they made some Facebook changes this weekend. You can see the replies. Okay, that'll help me understand what y'all saying. Because half the time I understand if y'all talking to me, somebody else. Did everybody post something for Expose Bill Gates Day on Saturday? Oh, is that Saturday? No, I didn't post nothing on. I don't think I did, Patricia. I was in the garden. But I did post something. I usually post something every day. So think about Bill Gates, Patricia. Somebody posted a good video. Maybe that's why it came to me. Where it basically went through his history. If you don't know the history of Bill Gates, you need to. If you don't know what a virus is, you need to learn. You need to understand there's a great reason why that man got involved with the shots. Right? It's just upgrades. And if you can control the upgrades to computers and humans, you can control the computer or the human. Okay, but his father, what is it? What did his father do? His father was involved with something. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it because it's a corporation. They actually didn't name the corporation. It was a good video somebody put. I'll post the link if it's still up. But his brother or sister-in-law was like working with the Federal Reserve, and then Gates and his father were working with Starbucks. And the meat. Well, we knew about the meat. We knew about the artificial soy meat. And he's also heavily invested in Monsanto and how all that works together, how it all feeds together. You know, this is why all your ultimate burgers, y'all like the ultimate burger? And the burger is healthy soy. It's not healthy soy. It's just pretty much chemicals and GMO and carcinogens, and the same thing with the Starbucks. This is why Starbucks coffee is nasty. It's not real coffee. It's mostly things that cause you diseases and illnesses, and then he's tied into Big Pharma and how it all feeds together. So yeah. I think some people need to be exposed to Bill Gates, Patricia, and to some people it should be common sense. If you're invested in all of that, and his father was involved in eugenics and Planned Parenthood, and he said it's too many black people. No, he didn't say this, but this is how I translate it. It's too many black people in Africa. We need to reduce that. Then if you're gonna fight racism, if that's your struggle, then don't fuggle with Trump. You need to struggle with the real person who just came out the door and told you it's too many of y'all on the planet. It's lopsided. We need less of y'all over there. You need to go fight with him. But to me, I think it's wasting your time. You go hit things at the principal level and the planet goes the way it's supposed to. Tyrants silencing us. Yes, they are, Jack. They're supposed to. We consent to them, so they're supposed to be tyrants. We need to pull our consent away and then start doing something new. Why haven't I been to Facebook jail, Jack? Well, Jack, I think that you maybe, I don't know, you post some deep stuff, but Facebook jail is limited now. They're limiting it. I think now that they have, and that is a good thing that Trump did. They're limiting the liability. Now they're liable. So if they throw you in Facebook jail and you die or commit suicide, you don't have access to get online and find out that I don't know, what cures poison ivy? You got something in your throat because you was out there harvesting it and you breathing too deeply. You know, you can't get to the information and you die. Oh, they're liable now. So I think they're very hesitant to throw people in Facebook jail. But they will. They will. Just don't go too far with it. Corbett did excellent work on Gates. Everybody should check that out. Jonathan Close, 100% agree, 1,000% agree with you. If y'all don't know who James Corbett is, you need to. If you've never been to his website, you need to find it. Every video that young man puts out, you need to watch. That is someone who does his homework. If you're lazy like me and you just particular things you want to research, Corbett, he'll wrap it up. He'll wrap it up. Did you just say pull out the second sword? Whoa, Jimmy T, what the hell are you talking about? Now I ain't saying about no sword. I ain't saying that. I'm a peaceful man. I mean, I pull out. I got butt whooping. This is in the trunk. Robin Williams, Robin Harris used to say, "Oh, I got butt whooping in the trunk, and I pull it out when I need to." But that's a last thing. That's you don't ever want to resort to violence, because if you use violence to fight somebody that's violence and violence ends, it was a waste of time to fight them anyway. I didn't say anything about a second sword. Man of peace, but man of peace and passion. Even peaceful people have their limits. Our pressure stops their tyranny. It could. It absolutely could. I like to say it a different way, Jack. Our belief stops their tyranny. The only thing they fear is us not believing anymore. That's the only problem the Matrix has, is people no longer want to be in it. They don't like the stake. They want to live in the real world. When people stop playing Matrix, when people stop believing in banking and conflict-based systems and economies and basically all the names they've renamed slavery over time, just keep renaming it. Make it sound good for the generation. The generations in the future realize, no, that's not actually a good idea. When we at the principal level have a problem with this stuff, then we're getting somewhere. All right. Last God, this time to roll. I got slavery today, y'all. Some of y'all still off of slavery. They already have in Seattle. It's called Chaz. I don't know what Chaz is, Susan. Oh. I should know it, the 6th block. Is that what it's called? I thought that was the guy's name. The Black Lives Matter guy. So that's the name of their community, is Chaz. That's a bad idea. I know it's real. It's real passion, but it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea for one simple fact. It's democracy in action, and a bigger democracy with more weapons and more of a monopoly on violence is going to show up, and democracy is back. And it's going to be democracy in the streets when that happens. Not going to be anarchy, because you don't know what anarchy means, people. Anarchists been planting seeds and was eating strawberries and raspberries all weekend. Out there foraging for mushrooms and asparagus. It's democracy. It's going to be democracy in the streets when they show up. I do not believe in systems of force any longer. If it requires force, nobody wants the laws. So you don't need to defund the police. You need to defund your belief. Oh, look how that worked out. Did y'all see? Was that sexy? Did y'all like that? Jack Hogan? Yeah, you don't need to defund the police. You need to defund your belief. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Defund your belief. That's the only thing Caesar fears. You stop believing in his kingdom and his control tools. Police are always late and rarely recover lost goods. Well, that's not their job, right, Jack? The job's not to get there on time. And they told you in the Supreme Court, no, our job is not to save you. They said it right out there. Their job is to get there, write some reports, and hand it to the judge. And if anybody's still around, then they're going to deal with the people that's still around. But their job is not to protect you, keep you safe. You actually got a Second Amendment, some common damn sense to do that. And if your neighbors got food, you take care of them, you've been voting correctly. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. Then you don't have to worry about your neighbors. If you've been voting incorrectly, you've been supporting the wrong things, consenting to the wrong things, believing in the wrong things, then your neighbors want to kill you and steal your jar of beans. How are they deleting from your device? Well, Gaia, they have access to all your devices. There's no such thing as a Gaia pristine device, not your device. Patricia Hauser has no devices, nor does Kentucky Fried Mama, nor does Maria. They're not their devices. The same thing in the social credit world, from the land to the food to the house. They own it all. They got access into all of it. They can download anything they want from any of your devices at any time they choose, or delete it. This is what I was telling Todd the other day. They see everything. You know, if they want something to disappear, they can make it disappear anytime they want. And when you really realize the power that we've given to our consent to these global trillionaire families and billionaires, you realize that nope, none of our lives matter. They can do anything they want. They create whatever reality they want. We are literally in the matrix. Learn to read the code, read the instructions, and stop supporting what is just too easily to play people. Hey, Kristen, good morning. It's a divine rule to love everyone. It is, Christine. And people in spirituality and religious folks kind of believe that a little more than scientific folks that aren't going along with the quantum physics. When you realize like natural law and all the religious laws, for the most part, the default ones, they all go together. You don't abuse people, you give people free will. When they don't have free will, they become psychopathic and they do things you don't like. Love everybody, you don't have to worry about it. Yep, we literally pay them to kill us. Neat, huh? Yep, isn't that interesting, Patricia? We pay them to kill us, then we get upset when they kill us. Like, we need to stop paying them to kill us. The men supposed to be helping or killing. Yes, Jack Hall, because it's economy, we consent to it. And as long as you consent to it, they're going to try to make as much money as they can, which means the police and the military police state will be utilized to collect as much debt as they can out of our behinds for Wall Street. Good morning, Emil. Yeah, Planned Parenthood. That's what it was, Hillary. Algorithms master. Yes, Jack, when they got it all, they can do anything they want. His father was a eugenicist and a founder of Planned Parenthood. Absolutely on point. Oh, did Corbett disappear? Corporate report of Bill Gates you can find. Okay, or somebody posted something for that. You did have some posts I shared on the gates of hell. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Sell meat too. What's sell meat guy at? Oh, yeah. In the shots, in the technology. That kind of stops me. You let me know some rat tissue, monkey tissue, rabbit tissue, human tissue, anything in a shot. I don't want it. I don't mind eating microbiology out my garden, but yeah, you tell me something is in there not supposed to be in, it's going to go into my body, my bloodstream, and place it. I need to see the science. I need to talk to every single scientist that worked on it. I need to see some peer review. I need open source. Like I said, I'm not against technology. I'm against you using technology to control me or abuse me or make me sick or give me something that isn't open source and peer reviewed. If it ain't open source, it ain't going in my body. I can tell you that. Hey, David Love, what's going on? Let me see. Jack Hall putting weight on people Starbucks chemical S storm. Yep, Jack, and that makes actually sense. You could literally, through certain corporations, beverages, create what's called a what mimics the flu. Right? You're fighting your immune system. Sugar is a carcinogen, and all those chemicals and the glyphosate that you put in there, like that stuff was almost proven in a court of law, right? Wasn't even the World Health Organization actually called it a suspected carcinogen? That's pretty bad when they say if the World Health Organization actually says it's probably bad, that's how you know it's going to end the world. Because they just want to control it. I love brewing my own pot of coffee every day. I do too, Maria. I enjoy coffee. That's my vice. Everybody's got one. God's swords. Hate what is wrong. Yeah, all you have to do is hate what is wrong. I agree with that. I mean, at a principle level, Jack. Yep. But it takes everyone, or at least a majority. Does it? I don't know, Gaia. I'm not sure. I think that a very small amount of people can start something massive, and then it would. I think you probably need universal solutions more than anything else. When you have a solution like sovereignty, where humans are sovereign, not nations, corporations, industries, and things like that are completely not biological, that doesn't need anything in the ecosystem, they don't even need to exist. Very few people could start something massive. Stupidity in action. Yes, it is, Christine. Walk of shame. Ooh, we do need some walk of shames happening, Jack. Whatever, not arguing with you. Ooh, what y'all arguing about? Y'all arguing? Okay, so you agree, money not necessary. Kentucky Fried Mama said. Then I'm being nosy. I'm like reading y'all's thing. Not even talking to me. Then how is that evil or bad? The system is still in place and working within its structure to totally possible, or else no one would have any money. Whatever, not arguing with you. You just have, I'm putting y'all on blast for a minute, but y'all typed it in a public place, so you know, you just have to understand that the laws and get the money to be not just something you work for, but change your tax status by law by using trust laws to make it work for you. Well, you don't have to, but that is how they make it work for them, and none of us are blocked for doing it too. I'm not trying to play their money tax ownership game. I don't know. I think I agree with both of y'all. If I'm picking up what y'all are putting down, I mean, money shouldn't exist. There's no logical reason for it. Now that we have automation and robotics, there's no reason to keep humans as forced labor, tax plantation, free labor for billionaires and corporations. There's no reason for them to do that, to do the billionaires' essential work. People need to go do important things with their life, but money can't just disappear, I think, tomorrow. I'd love it to, but I think a lot of people would probably die, which I probably shouldn't love it to. I think we got to have a step in between. I think y'all are saying the same thing. You know, you progress to a universal basic income, make sure everybody has the minimums that they need so they don't need to burn down streets and do violent crimes to survive. And that way, if there's if the neuroscientists or the behavioral scientists are totally wrong, when you give everybody the things they need to thrive, or at least to survive, then the real psychopathic people will stand up, and then you get them help. But either way, like, we're walking in that solve problem direction. I think you know, y'all are debating, you need to use law to get to that point, and law may not get us to that point. But as long as we know the end game is no more control systems for humans, then we're good, right? Like, it's not just about debt and money. You know, I don't really care about those things, in my opinion. My opinion is there shouldn't be anything on Earth that enslaves the human race. Enslaved humans are the most moody things in the universe. You enslave humans, they don't like that too much. They like to be free. They're supposed to be free. When you're just like a bee, somebody go out there and catch a bee and put it in a jar. The bee just wants to fly around. Go get a jar, catch the bee in the jar, and put your hand as a cup. Don't put on the top, and shake it up like this. See what happened to you. That's what actually is happening in the cities right now. You done took a bee, need to be free, put it in a jar, and you shuck it up with debt. Instead of letting it, you didn't just like not let it be free, but you put it in an economy in a 3,000-year-old monopoly game where they have no hope, no dice, no freedom, no turn, it ain't no properties left. And you shook it up. And now they biting the hell out you. Why are you sting me? I got stuck. Better yet, you know what? You did it wrong. You did it wrong. Okay. This is what you do to all these young people who see no hope. Put it to get the bee, catch it in a jar, shake it up, and before it bites your hand, just put it on your forehead like this. Go like this. Somebody, I want y'all to go do that right now. Go out there and find a bee nest, because you don't know what's happening in the city. Dave Chappelle tried to tell you, but you're not getting it. You don't know what happened at Ruby Ridge. You don't understand LaVoy Finicum. All of them. It all works out to say Chris Dorner. It all is the same, which is why he walked you through the story. Go out there and find some bees. In fact, just find 340 million. How many people in America? 340 million? 7 billion on the plate. Find 7 billion bees. Shake them up and put it on your forehead and see what happens to you. It's called education. All right, I gotta go. This is Gerard. Listen, I love y'all to death. Happy Monday. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye. I don't know where the hell that came from.